My name is Melissa, and we're here at Shangri-La Hot Yoga for our practice. So I welcome you for taking time on your mat to show up for your practice. We are going to be working on doing some hip openers today. You know, hip openers, they tend to bring out some emotion, and that's okay. So if you end up feeling a little bit of emotion today, you know, let it out. It's all right to feel those emotions, to have, you know, those days where you're not feeling so great. And, you know, yoga is a great way to help feel those and release those. So thank yourself for being here, right? And making sure that you're being present on your mat. And as always, take this as your own practice. So that means if you need to modify, you're more than welcome to. Grab a block if you have one, or maybe some books, a water bottle, anything else that you can use as a prop. And I will also show you different ways to do all the poses too, so different variations. And we'll get started lying down in our backs in a Shavasana. So come all the way down, coming all the way down, I know, to the next, you can kind of take a nap pre-class. So we're going to take a nap pre-class, we're going to take a nap post-class. So come all the way down onto the back. You can have your legs out wide in that traditional Shavasana. You can have soles of the feet down with the knees in, or you can always have a Supta Baddha Konasana if you want to start with that little hip opener. So just kind of see what feels better for you here. And then take a second to get out those fidgets. So take any last movements that you need here, any wiggles. And then come completely still onto your mat. Finding a couple of soft breaths here just to tap into your body and your mind. And taking note of how you're feeling. Making sure that your practice reflects that. And it's okay if yesterday you were feeling super great and you went really hard and a little bit further, and today you're not feeling that anymore. And so today you're soft, you're slow. You know, we're different day from day as long as we're respecting our body where it's at in the present moment. That's all that matters. And then take a deep breath in through your nose, fill up your belly and your chest. Pause for a second at the top. Open the mouth, let it all go. 2 more times, even bigger breath in. Full breath out. Good, final breath all the way up. Clear it out. Letting go of anything from outside of this room that's not serving you. From here, close your lips. Breathe in and out through your nose. Find your Ujjayi breath if it's part of your practice, taking that constriction to the back of your throat. Come back to your open mouth exhales at any point if you need to release some heat, let go of something. Start to find little wiggles back into the body. Maybe starting at the fingers and the toes, making your way into the arms and the legs. Just waking up all your muscles here. And then reach the arms long above you. Take a full body stretch. Point the toes, lengthen out. Waking up. Nice, good morning stretch. Stretch out a little bit longer. And just a little bit longer. Imagine you want to touch the walls with the fingertips and the toes. Full breath in. And with a breath out, curl into a tight little ball. Pull the knees into the chest, round it out. Nose comes up to the knees. Hug it in nice and tight. And then stay here, but release the shoulders and the spine down. So the whole spine is connected to the mat. Pull the belly button in. That way you're feeling the low back down. We're not having a little arc in our back because that's going to cause a little bit of pain in the low back, right? And then from here, we're going to keep the right knee in towards the chest. You can either step the left foot onto the mat or you can lengthen it all the way down. So those 2 options there. And start with some movement. So just take some circles with that knee. So bring it out and around. A couple times in one direction. So big circles. Just try to bring some movement into the joint, right? That helps bring a little bit of fluid into the joint. And then switch sides, go the other direction. So go in and then out. And then we'll come back to center. This time, wrap the arms around the shin. pull the knee in nice and tight. You can stay here with the knee into the chest. If you want to get a little bit more into that inner hip, you can try to pull it out towards the armpit. It just kind of depends on where your hips are at today. And maybe you take some movements with the ankle. You can flex and point. Just stretching out the ankle here. Maybe you get some snack crackles and pops. Try to reach the left leg nice and long. Pressing that left heel towards the front of the room if the leg is long. Remember, it's always an option to have the foot down if that feels better for you as well. Pull the knee in just a little bit tighter here. Good, and then slowly release that leg. Maybe lengthen it and bend it a couple of times. So just trying to bring a little bit of movement back in here. And then take both the knees in towards the chest. So back to center, the knees and chest. Pull the ribs in towards each other, connecting the spine to the ground. And then grab the left leg in. Either sole of the right foot plants or lengthen the right leg out towards the front of the room. And then remember, movement. So pull that knee out, forward, and back to center. And then take those movements a few times. Whatever feels good here. And then when you're ready, switching, going in the other direction a couple of times. We're trying to prepare our hips, right? We're going to do some a little bit more deeper hip openers today. I want to make sure they're ready for that. Come back to center, interlace around the shin, and pull the knee towards the chest. Maybe hug it out if that feels good as well. Finding your own variation here. Every breath out, pulling that knee a little bit tighter, stretching here. It should feel really good, right? It's early on in our morning. Well, maybe if you're watching live. And so you might be feeling pretty tight here. Maybe taking some movements with the foot, stretching out the ankle. Pressing through that right heel. Keeping that right leg pretty active here. One more breath. And then slowly release. Find those movements, shake it out, circle it out. All right, I hope you're ready because we're getting into some core work, right? We want to start to fire everything up, get a little bit of heat going. So for our core work, I'm going to demo. You're going to reach the arms long above you, and with the breath out, you're going to pull that right knee and you're going to round into a nice tight little ball. So kind of like what we were doing, but now we're adding our core in, right? And then you're going to lengthen back out, breath in. Breath out, pull it in, tighten into that little ball. So come with me here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Going at your own pace here. As slow or fast as feels good for you, right? You can come up a little bit higher if it feels good. Honoring your own body. Using your breath out to come up as tight as possible. We're here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second, shake out. We're going to do one more round of core here. Take the feet into your Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of feet together, knees out wide. And we're going to do some crunches here with our legs out wide. So arms reach like you're trying to reach between the legs. And start pulsing up towards the legs. Using that low belly here. It's going to burn. Every breath out, come a little bit higher. Using our core here, not our shoulders, not our neck. Neck is nice and long. We're here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on 1, hold at the top, hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, lengthen out. Whew. All right, hopefully you're feeling that fire here. Probably warmed up a little bit from that. Maybe the core is feeling a little sore. Grab the backs of the thighs, start to rock and roll the full length of the mat a couple of times. And then meeting in our seat and then coming towards our tabletop. Shoulders above wrists, hips above knees. Pulling the navel in, pressing away from the ground. Finding that slight protraction in the shoulders. Gripping through the fingertips. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine, curl. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. That one more time. Inhale, broaden the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, come back to your neutral spine, your stable table. Tuck the toes, take a breath in. With a breath out, start to slowly lift those hips up to your first downward facing dog. First one, so find movement. Pedal out the legs, shake the head, anything else that might feel good for you here. You can always lift a leg and take some circles if that feels good. So just finding those little bit of movements, those intuitive movements, intuitive to your body and how you're feeling this morning. Might be different than me. And then finding some sort of stillness here. So spread out through the fingertips, start them out nice and wide. And try to find some external rotation through the arms and the shoulders. So just slightly rolling the arms outwards, spreading the shoulder blades out nice and wide. Chest is nice and open. Pull the ribs in towards each other. Keep a soft bend in your knees. So knees never have to be completely straight in your yoga practice. Allow the head to hang nice and heavy. Maybe finding a little bit of movement here in head. Inhale, look forward to the top of the mat. Take a giant bend in the knees. Exhale, slowly step the feet up. Finding your forward fold. Walk the feet out to hips width apart. Bend the knees so the belly hits the thighs. And grab opposite elbows. Find your ragdoll. Sway it up. Swaying back and forth. Finding movement. Nice stretch for the legs, for the spine. Try to release all the muscles in the neck and the face. Come back to center. Release the hands down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Reach through the crown of the head. Pull the navel in. Remember, we're in one long line from tailbone all the way up to the crown. Big breath in. Breath out, bend the knees, slowly lower to your fold. Keep that bend. Inhale, slowly rise up to standing, one vertebra at a time. Feeling every single movement here. Your head is the last thing to rest. We come all the way up to our mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back. Palms face forward. Press the fingertips towards the ground. Nice broad chest here. We're staying active in our mountain pose, right? We're not slumping into the pose. Every single muscle is fired on here. Inhale, reach the hands up, nice and high, lengthen. Exhale, cactus arms, open the chest, little baby back bend. Pull that navel in to protect your low back. We're bending from the upper back, lifting up towards the ceiling before you come back. Gaze can stay forward if that feels better, or lift up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach all the way up. Good. From here, we're going to start to walk our feet out. So toes are going to be out, heels are going to be in. We already opened up our hips a little bit here. I'm going to give you a couple options. Hands come through heart center and slowly start to bend into the knees. You can either pause halfway if you're not feeling quite ready enough, or you can come all the way down to that malasana. If you're in malasana, heels do not have to be down. You can always have them lifted up here. So just find your version. Maybe that's halfway if you're not feeling quite open enough. Maybe that's all the way down to that malasana. If you're in malasana, elbows press into the knees, hands press into each other. Trying to open up our hips here. Honoring your own body. So not going any further than feels good for you, right? Open up the chest wherever you are. So roll the shoulders back and together. Keep the chest nice and open. Sink the hips back. Pull the navel in. Protect your low spine. Good, one more breath in. And a breath out. Start to lift the hips up if you're in malasana and forward folds. Wherever you are, find that nice forward fold. Lengthen the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms down. Inhale, step back to your high plank, but lower the knees. So I'm just trying our supported plank with this first round. Find strength in the shoulders by pressing away. Pull the ribs in. Squeeze the glutes to engage the legs. Inhale, shift slightly forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, hug them in as tight as possible to the ribs, and slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes, press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest up, baby cobra. Just barely lifting here, squeeze the shoulders together. The knees are lifting because you're rooting through the feet so much. Big breath in. Breath out, lower. Inhale, rise up, coming a little bit higher. Maybe challenging yourself by lifting the palms. Squeezing the shoulders together. Point your toes. Gaze stays down to the ground. Nice long neck. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Last round, you choose baby cobra or full cobra. Inhale, lengthen back up, pausing at baby. Or maybe coming all the way up to that full cobra. If you're in full cobra, slight bend in the elbows. Elbows are not completely straight. That's going to help you find a little bit more opening in the chest, allow you to roll those shoulders back. Good. Full breath in. Breath out, soften all the way back down. You choose. Come through tabletop, or for more challenge, tuck the toes, bar up the thighs, press into the palms. One long line, core is tight. Inhale, come up to your high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips lift high. Whew. Big breath in. Let it out. Moving faster. Inhale, bend, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt. One big motion. Inhale, root to rise, high mountain. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, lift up, walk the feet out, toes out, heels in. Exhale, hands come through heart. Either stop halfway or come all the way down to your Malasana. Pause for a breath in. And with a breath out, hands come down, lift the hips up, come to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Moving towards our full chaturanga. Plant the palms, inhale, step back to high plank. Pause for a moment. You can keep the knees lowered like we did in the first round, or find that challenge of your full high plank. Shoulders right above the wrists, gripping through the fingertips. Pull the navel in. Inhale, shift up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the elbows, hug them in, lower half or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, open up the chest, broaden cobra upward. Exhale, roll over knees or toes, lift hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, soften, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hug. Inhale, reach, walk the feet out. Exhale, half or all the way down. Big breath in. Breath out, lift the hips high, find that support of the hands, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, chaturanga choice. Plant the palms, find your flow. Reminder, you can always skip the chaturangas at any point, but this is fusion, so we only do chaturangas for 50% of our practice. So do what you can to challenge yourself. Me in our down dog, full breath in. Deep breath out. 2 more breaths of your choice. All right, we're gonna start building on. Inhale, soften, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, extend. Feet out. Exhale, half or all the way down. Now maybe by now, you've been here for a little bit. See if you can come a little bit deeper. Maybe you can come all the way down into that Malasana at this point. So just kind of notice if you can find a different variation here. Sinking the weight into the heels and out of the toes. Maybe just slightly lift the toes up. All right, so we're gonna build on. So bring the hands down, just lift up partially if you're in your Malasana. If you're in that little half squat, stay right there. Keep the right foot forward. Inhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. And then lower that knee down. Take a second to find your variation. So walk the foot in just slightly and up just slightly. We're making sure that the knee is not coming in front of the ankle, all right? The left hand is gonna plant down to either block or mat. Inhale, right hand sweeps up towards the ceiling, finding our twist here. Rotate that left shoulder out, but press away from the ground to find stability here in that joint. Press into the big toe mound of your foot. So making sure we're keeping that weight inwards here. We're not rolling out. And then lift up through the fingertips. Use the core to twist. So pull the navel in. Every breath out. One more big breath in. Good. With our exhale, we're going to place that hand down to our thigh. So hand comes down the thigh. Now we're going to roll out onto the outer edge of the foot. So we're finding a little bit of our lizard here, right? So getting a little bit deeper into our hips. So make sure that you're protecting the ankle by rolling the toes back towards the shin. So find that nice stability here in your ankle. Press the hips down a little bit more. Press away from the ground with that left hand. Roll the chest open. Big breaths here. Deeper with every breath out. Might be feeling the stretch in that right inner hip, maybe in that left hip flexor, depends on your body. Good, last inhale. And with your exhale, hand comes down to the mat, foot comes back down. From here, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Inhale, sweep the right leg high, three-leg dog. So bring it all the way up, bend the knee and open your hips. Take some circles if you need to. So just flush it out. Maybe you like that. Just holding here, maybe you like to find some movement. Good, from here, foot comes down to down dog. And then we can either chaturanga or you can just stay in down dog. So if you want chaturanga, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, find your flow. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lift back. Inhale, bend, look forward. Exhale, top of the mat. Moving straight to that other side. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, extend. Feet out. Exhale, halfway, or Malasana. Find your variation, just a couple of breaths to settle in. Keeping that chest nice and open. Roll the shoulders back. Press the palms together. From here, start to slowly lift those hips up in your Malasana. Just a little halfway lift. Left foot stays forward. Right foot steps back. Lower the knee down. Take a second, adjust to that left foot. So just walk it in slightly and up a little bit. Take the right hand to either block or mat, a little bit out from the shoulder. Inhale, lift the left fingertips up, find that twist. Press into the inner edge of the left foot. So we're not rolling out yet, right? But we come to that later. Finding that nice twist here by pressing away with the hand. Finding the nice activity in your shoulder for stability, and then lengthening up. One more inhale. Exhale, hand comes down to the thigh. Start to roll out onto the outer edge of that foot here. Flexing the toes towards the shin to protect the ankle. If this doesn't feel good, you can keep the foot planted. So it's kind of up to you what feels better, but press the hips towards the ground. Don't dump into the shoulder, right? So notice if you're tempted to come down to that shoulder. Press away and roll the shoulder out. It's going to help us protect this joint here, right? Come a little bit deeper into that hip stretch. 2 more breaths. Inhale here. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Inhale, sweep that left leg high, 3-leg dog. Bend your knee, open the hips, and take those circles. Finding any movement that feels right. Leg comes down, down dog. You can stay here, big breath in, shift forward. Breath out, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra upward. Exhale, downward dog. Full breath in. Clear it out. All right, we're gonna build on from there. We're gonna make it a little bit more active here. Listen carefully, moving quickly. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, cactus. challenge here for your hips. Lifting the hips up. Right foot forward, inhale, left foot back. Pause right here. Don't lower the knee down. Just find a little bit of walking that foot forward and in, just like we did earlier, but this time we're active, so that back thigh is lifting up towards the ceiling. Left hand comes to block our mat. Inhale, right hand reaches up, finding our twist. If you need to, you can come down to the knee, just like we did in that first variation. Pressing into the inner edge of the right foot. Keeping that leg active. Pull the right hip back. Lift up through the fingertips, full breath in. Breath out, hand comes down to the outside of the foot this time. So we're going a little bit different here. Root down through the feet, inhale, rise up, high crescent. Settle into the thigh. Roll the right hip back, the left hip forward. Pull the ribs in, nice tight core. Reach up through the fingertips, but spiral the pinky fingers in to engage the arms. And come a little bit deeper into that front lunge. You can have a soft bend in that back knee if that feels good for support here. Come a little bit deeper, challenge. Reach up a little bit more and lengthen. Settle in. One more breath. You can have a soft bend in the knee here to help you with our next transition. So with a breath in, we're going to burst open to our star. Heels in, toes out. So that's what that little bend comes in for handy here. It can help you to find that little bit of explosion out. Reach up through the fingertips. Lift the kneecaps up. Engage your quads. Deep inhale. Going a little bit different. With our exhale, you're going to start to find your warrior two into your left foot. So left foot faces the back of the mat and start to bend into the left knee. So you should be backwards now. Feels a little bit funky. Press into the outer edge of the right foot, engage that back leg. Open up the left knee towards the pinky toe. Spread the shoulders out wide, spread the fingers out wide. Come a little bit deeper into that lunge. Inhale, extend forward, find a little bit of length. Exhale, left arm, left thigh. Right arm higher, bicep alongside here, extended side ankle. Notice when that knee tries to close in, try to press it open. This is a hip opener here in our extended side ankle. We're also working our obliques, so stay slightly lifted away from the thigh. Find another variation if it works in your body. Maybe you're bringing the hand down or finding a half or a full bind. Try to ungrip the left toes from the mat. Pressing into that outer edge of the right foot. We're here for two. Last one. Good, press down through the foot. Inhale, come back up to your star pose. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, bend into the knees, come down to goddess. So knees come out wide. You can adjust your stance here if you need a little bit more narrow or wide. Roll the shoulders back and together. Come a little bit deeper here. We're just going to pulse. So start to pulse here. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the mat. Bend to the right knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach the right hand back. You can find a half bind if that feels good. Lengthen through the side body. Full breath in. Breath out, hands cartwheel down. Listen carefully here. Inhale, reach the right leg high. Three-leg dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hips. Inhale, leg extends. Exhale, foot comes down. You can chaturanga or stay in down dog. So find your flow if it feels good. We don't need our downward facing dog. And now you know where we're going for that second attack. Inhale, bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, lift. Feet out. Exhale, squat down. Good. Settle in. And then find that little halfway lift. Inhale, step the right foot back. Remember, this time we're keeping the foot, that leg, back leg active. Take a second, walk the foot up and just a little bit in. Right hand to block our mat. Inhale, left hand opens up. Similar to what we did on our before when we had the knee down, right? We're adding a little bit of a challenge by lifting that knee up towards the ceiling. Heel high above the ball of the foot. Full breath in, reach up. Breath out, hand comes down to the outside of the foot. Firm up through the inner thighs. Inhale, lift. Come to your high crescent. Take a second, find that nice activity. If you need to, you can have that soft bend in the back knee. Does not ever have to be completely straight. Reaching up through the fingertips, lengthen the spine. Come a little bit deeper. Good, you can always slightly lift the gaze. If that feels good. Last breath. Settle in. Remember, you can have that soft bend to help with our transition. Inhale, open up, come to your star. Heels in, toes out. Lift up, big breath in. Breath out, arms come out. Right toes point towards the back of the mat. Warrior two. We're facing the back, so right toes yet. Making sure that you might mix it up a little bit. I know it gets a little bit confusing. Reach the arms out wide. Press the knee open. Finding our nice hip opener here in our warrior two. We're staying active, right? Keep the torso right above the hips. So notice you're leaning forward or back. One long line here. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, right arm, right thigh. Left arm high or bicep alongside here. Same as the other side. If you want to build on, you're welcome to. If you want to stay here, lift the arms slightly away from the leg. Use your obliques. Gaze can be at the ground or up at the ceiling. Keep rolling the right knee out. 2 more breaths. Pull the navel in. Last one. Press down through the foot. Inhale, burst up. Come back to that star. Exhale, bend in. Come to your goddess. Couple of breaths. Come a little bit deeper. If you need to, you can find a little bit of movement back and forth. Every breath out, sink down into the hips. Roll the shoulders back and together. Nice broad chest. Don't lean forward into the pose. Press the knees out. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Face towards the front this time. So bending into that left knee. Inhale, sweep the left hand back, reverse. Find that nice edge in that leg. So come a little bit deeper. Big inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cartwheel down. Press into the palms. Inhale, 3-leg dog, leg lifts high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down dog. You can flow through that chaturanga, and we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Clear it out. We're going to move through that faster. So those of you who are used to my classes, you know I love my breath movement, and that's where we get our heart rate going, a little cardio portion of our practice, right? Making sure our hearts are healthy. So go at your own pace, modify as you need to, and just listen carefully. Here we go. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen toes out, heels in. Exhale, Malasana. Inhale, lift up slightly. Step the left foot back. Settle into that leg. Walk it forward. Press down through the left hand. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, hand comes down. Root down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, soft bend in that back knee. Inhale, burst open, star. Exhale, warrior two, left leg bent. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, come back up, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, warrior two to the front. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, frame the foot. Inhale, reach the leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hips. Inhale, leg long, step it down, or shift forward and find your flow. Inhale, cobra upward. Exhale, downward dog. Second side, inhale, bend, look to the top. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, feet out. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, rise up slightly. Wing to the left foot. Step that right foot back. Settle. Walk the foot forward with your exhale. Right hand down. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, frame the foot. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, slightly bend that back knee. Inhale, open up. Exhale, warrior two to the back. Right leg bends. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side angle. Press down. Inhale, burst up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two to the front. Inhale, reverse. Last part. Just doing this one time on each side. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, bend the knee. Lengthen that leg out. Find your final flow of your practice. Shift forward, chaturanga, or to skip it, and go to your downward facing dog. Biggest breath in. Clear it out. Try to let go a little bit of that heat though. Second one, inhale. Exhale, side out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, come up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Just pause here just for a moment. Just a little bit of slowing down that heart rate. All right, big breaths. If you need to take more open mouth exhales, I'm more than welcome to. Hopefully you're sweating by now. I know I am. Even though it's pretty cold in this room. But it's good. We're building up some heat with our practice. All right, when you feel ready, we're going to take a little bit of movement into the hips. So root down to the right foot. Pick that left foot up and just start to take some circles. So good. Bring up and out. Bring a little bit of movement here. Just give us a moment, just to slow down just a little bit before we find our next part of our practice. Remember, no more chaturangas. One more on that side. And then step it down. Left foot comes down, right knee comes up and out. Find some movements. Shake it out. One more time. All right, and then come back to center. All right, we're going to work a little bit of balance. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to root down through our left foot. Right knee is going to come up, one leg mountain pose. 90-degree angle on that knee, flexing the toes back towards the shin. Take the right ankle, cross it over the left thigh, and then start to sink down to your figure four. So this is a little bit more into our outer hip, right, which is really nice. We've been doing a lot of inner hips, so now we give our outer hips a little bit of love. So sink that weight back like you're sitting into a chair. Remember, it's okay if we're a little bit wobbly. Keep the gaze at the ground for more support here. Sink the weight back, keep the chest open, roll the shoulders back. Find that nice little external rotation in the arms. Gaze stays down until you feel more comfortable, and then you can try to lift it for a challenge. Sink a little bit deeper. Good, find your edge, every breath out. Press the right knee down. You should feel this nice stretch in your right outer hip. Couple more breaths. Inhale, lift that leg up. Exhale, step it down, shake it up. All right, we're going to keep that right foot forward this time. Hands can start on your hips and step the left foot back, both planted at a 45-degree angle. So we're going to have our feet on two different train tracks, pressing down through that left foot, bend into the front knee. So we're preparing for what you might know now as Warrior One. Making sure that you find your own stance. Maybe you want the feet a little bit wider. And then when you're ready, reach the hands up towards the ceiling. Bend a little bit deeper into that front thigh. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. So engage this back leg. Settle into that front thigh. Pull the ribs in. Keeping your core tight. So we're working our core in every single yoga pose pretty much, right? Even if we're not doing specific core poses, you should still have a little bit of a sore core. Last big breath in, reach up. With the breath out, we're going to sweep the hands behind us. We haven't done much chest or shoulder opening, so you can interlace if that feels good. If that doesn't feel good, grab opposite elbows. Inhale, open up the chest, roll those shoulders back. Exhale, start to lower the chest down towards the right thigh, find your humble warrior. So humble warrior, kind of combination of our hips and our shoulders. Hug the shoulders together. We haven't done those cactuses, so those should be opening your shoulders a little bit. You can keep the right shoulder on the thigh for a little bit more. You can bring it to the inside. Allow the head to hang heavy. Absolutely no muscle engagement in the neck. Roll the right hip back, the left hip forward. So we're still pulling the hip back into the socket. Reach those arms up a little bit higher. Let the head come a little bit lower. Two more breaths. Start to release your bind. Inhale, reach back up. Come to that warrior one. Press down through the foot. So we're going to come open to our star. Heels in, toes out, just the feet. Reach the arms out long. Toes come in, heels come out. Inhale, big chest. Exhale, hips back, chest forward, wide leg forward fold. It's our first round. And I always like to give you time to plan on the first round. So you choose. You can find an arm balance, you can find an inversion, or if neither of those are part of your practice, you can stay right here and just enjoy this nice stretch. So if you're enjoying the stretch, weight into the toes and out of the heels. So try to bring the weight forward. It's okay to have a soft bend in the knees. They do not have to be completely straight. But just like earlier, let the head hang heavy. So try to relax the muscles in the neck. If you're coming into an arm balance or inversion, you have a couple more breaths. I always like to give a little bit of time for play time. So if there's something that you're craving that I haven't called yet in this practice, it's kind of your moment for that. If you're playing around, make your way back down. And then come up onto your fingertips. Lift up halfway. And start to walk yourself forward. So we're going to come to the inside of the right foot. The right foot's going to come to the outside of the mat. Coming into our active runner's lunge here for a moment. Pull the knee in towards the arm. Press that back thigh up. And then find a little bit of rounding through your spine, gripping through the fingertips. Big breath in. Breath out, lower the knee down. Untuck the toes, let the foot fall flat. So we've been doing a lot of hip openers, and I'm going to give you different ways to play around here in your lizard, depending on what you're craving today. So if you want more of that stretch, you can come down, maybe grabbing a block, placing the forearms down to the block. This is one variation. But I'm going to give you variations to play around with a little bit of balance and a little bit of strength. So if you want to do one of those, watch me, and I'll kind of show you a couple different options. If you don't want to, just come down to that stretch, all right? So if you want to find a little bit of strength and balance, I'm going to give you a couple options. Tuck the back toes and lift the knees. So wherever you are, you're going to come into your active lunge. So option one is a little bit deeper of a stretch. You're going to try to wiggle walk your right shoulder underneath that leg. You can stay right here if you want to play around with a little balance. You can try to walk the hands out. So this is a little deeper hip stretch here, right? So we're trying to snuggle that hip under. And it's going to add activity because that back leg is up. So it's pretty difficult. Try to keep that knee in. So pull that right knee in. Pull the navel in. So that's option one. If you want to play around with something else here in your lizard, I'm going to show you our EPK. So if you're not familiar with EPK, it is an arm balance. And there's lots of ways to modify. You can use a block here as well if you would like to. So you can always have a block under the head. You can have a block under that back foot for a little bit more support. And for our EPK, we're going to tuck the back toes, we're going to lift the back knee. Once again, you will snuggle here to begin. And then we're going to place all the way forward into our hands. Try to come up high into those back toes. Start to bend through this front knee until you can lift that foot. So this is just option one. Maybe you can just stay right here, and that's almost there. If you want to come further, start to bend the elbows. Try to bring that weight forward. Maybe lift that back leg up. So that's another option if you want to play around. And we're going to be here for a few breaths. So find find your variation. Stretch, maybe finding that strength or finding the arm balance. Completely up to you. Maybe you do a combination of all of them. If you've never done the arm balance before and you're like, what the heck is she doing? It's okay. You can just stay right here in your lizard. Three more breaths to do whatever feels right for you. And then if you're somewhere else, come back to your lizard. If you're on a block, walk the hands up. We're going to wiggle walk the foot to center. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, look forward, and step the foot up to the top of the mat. Come back to your forward fold. We still have one more side to do before we bring all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hopefully you're feeling it in your hip. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, balance other side. Always have to include some sort of balance, right? I know it's a lot of people's arch nemesis, but we need to practice the things that are difficult for us, right? Because our muscles, when they're used to doing something, they're not going to get as much out of it. So when it's something that you don't do as often, it's really good for you. Place all the weight into the right foot. Hands at heart, left knee comes up, one leg mountain pose. Find your stability, keep the gaze at the ground. You're ready to move on. Left ankle over right thigh. Press the knee down and sink the way back like you're sitting into a chair, finding that figure four. Roll the toes back towards the shin. It's going to help you feel the stretch. And maybe use your hand to press the knee down if you really want that stretch here. And then weight comes back a little bit more. So weight is into the heel and out of the toe, that standing foot. Any variation that feels good for you, keep the gaze at the ground if you're feeling super wobbly. Maybe lifting it if you're not. Keeping the chest nice and broad. One more breath of balance. Inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, step it down, shake it out. Left foot is forward. Right foot steps back 45 degrees. Walk that left foot out. Bend to the left knee. Find your warrior one legs. Knee is right above the ankles. Not in, not too out. Inhale, lift up. Press into the outer edge of this back foot. Keep this back leg engaged. It's okay if you need to have a slight bend. That don't have to be completely straight. Pull the navel in. Pull the left hip back. And continue rolling that left hip back and become a little bit deeper. Reach up towards the ceiling. Full breath in. Breath out. Sweep the arms behind you. You can find the opposite grip if it feels good. Interlace or grab the forearms. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, left shoulder, left thigh, humble warrior. Head hangs heavy. Shoulder on leg or to the inside. Continue to pull that left hip back. So we want our hips as even as we can possibly get them. And maybe that's not completely square because it's not actually capable in your body. And that's totally okay as long as you're just finding that action of rolling it back, because that's going to help you find some stability here. Letting the head hang heavy, releasing the muscles in the neck and the face. And wobbling a little bit. Keeping those shoulders rolled back. Hugging the shoulder blades together. 2 more. Release the bind, inhale, rise. And then we're going to come up into our star, heels and toes out, arms out to the side. Roll the toes in, heels out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Let the head hang heavy. Finding that nice, either wide or short in your legs, just whatever feels better for you. And allowing the head to release towards the ground. You can stay here if it feels good. You can walk yourself over towards one leg and then the other, finding a slight little hamstring stretch. Maybe walking the hands back or grabbing the legs for a little bit more leverage. If you're doing one leg at a time, switch over to the other. Find that nice long spine here. It's not rounding towards the leg. And then coming into center. Come up onto the fingertips, lift up. Walk yourself forward to the inside of the left foot. Walk that left foot out. Hold active at first. Pull the knee in towards the arm. Hug it in nice and tight. Round away from the ground. Lift that right heel high above the ball of the foot. Activate that back thigh. Full breath in. Breath out, knee comes down. Walk the left foot forward a little bit more. Making sure the knee is not tracking in front of the ankle. All right, same options as the other side. Stay here. Grab the block. Place it underneath the forearms. If you want that stretch. If you want to play around, I'm going to give you those couple of options here. If you're not feeling it, just stay here. So option one, active. Snuggle the arm underneath. You can stay here, maybe walk the hands out. Just kind of making a little bit more weight in the legs, right, when we do this. So that's going to add a little bit more balance challenge in. Or if that doesn't resonate for you, you're trying your arm balance. Keeping that arm snuggled underneath the leg. Placing the weight forward into the hands. High up onto that back foot. So roll forward, right? And then bend at that left knee. You can stay here, that's option one, or find chaturanga arms and start to lift that back leg up. It's okay if the cheek comes a little bit towards the ground. You can always use that as a little bit of support if you're not quite strong enough yet. So find what feels good for you. Take a couple of rounds of breath. Stretch it out, strengthen, balance. Every pose has so many variations, and that's what I love about it. There's lots of ways to play around in your yoga practice depending on where you're at. So you can have one class of, someone in there is a beginner, someone in there is an intermediate, and someone in the class is advanced, and they can all get something different out of that same class. Three more. Wherever you are, come back onto the palms, walk that foot in, and this time we're actually just going to lift that leg back to our tabletop. And bring the knees out nice and wide, the toes in together, sit the hips back, come into your child's pose. Arms reach forward, forehead down, maybe rock back and forth for a second. And we're slowing it down now, right? We're coming towards the end of our practice, so you can let that heart rate and the breath slow. Deep breath in, sigh it out, full inhale, let it go, last breath in, release. Good, come back up to your tabletop, come off to either side, and come into your seat. Reach the legs out long. And we're going to roll all the way down onto our back. So legs are out long, arms are forward. We're going to use just a little bit of core, right? So we can't get away with not using core to come down. Take a breath in, broaden the chest. And with a breath out, we're going to slowly lower. We're going to find 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause at 1. Maybe you find that low boat here, lifting the legs up. Pulling that core in. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Full body stretch. Lengthen out. And then plant the feet onto the mat. Take the right ankle, cross it over the left thigh. Just coming into a little reclined figure 4, giving a little bit more love to our outer hips. Take the right hand, press into the knee, or if it feels good, interlace hands around the back of the left thigh and pull it in. Those are your two options, making sure if you're, wherever you are, that you're flexing the feet so the toes are curling towards the shins. That'll help you feel this stretch a little bit more. Shoulders are connecting to the mat. So if you're struggling to lift up here, make sure you roll those shoulders back and down. If that's not accessible, then allow the foot to come back down to the mat. If the leg is lifted, lower it back down. Uncross the legs. Walk them out, just windshield wiper back and forth. And then come back to center, feet hips width. Left ankle crosses over, right thigh, press out on the knee, flex the left foot. Maybe lifting up and interlacing around the thigh and then letting those shoulders fall back down. Using the left elbow to press into the leg if you're here. Seeing what feels good for you. Keeping some activity, even though we're stretching, we're still finding some activity to help support the joints. And then come back, so release if you have it lifted, and then unravel, windshield wiper again. Come to center, pull the knees in towards the chest, right knee comes in, left leg comes along. We've already been here once, so maybe notice the differences from the beginning of your practice. Take a breath in. Breath out, cross the knee over the body, and find your supine twist. Knee comes down, right arm comes out, nice and long. Root down through both shoulders. It's okay if that knee hovers. If you need to, you can grab a pillow and place it underneath. Gentle little twist for our spine. We'll come back to center, pull them both in, neutralize the spine. Left knee stays in, right leg comes long, hug it in and out. Once again, seeing if you feel any different from the first time that we took this pose. Inhale. Exhale, cross it over. Supine twist, bump the hips to the left as the knee falls to the right. Reach out through the left arm. Press the shoulders into the ground. Gaze can come over the left shoulder. Find a place where you can hold. We're coming close to that final rest, so let yourself slow down. Closing the eyes here and keeping them closed until the end of your practice. Knees come into center. Squeeze them both in one final time. Curl into a tight little ball. Nose comes up to face. Biggest breath in. Pause at the top. Inhale. Little sip of air in. Exhale, open up, find your Shavasana, take up space. Arms out wide, legs out wide. Let everything melt down into the ground. Give yourself permission to be here, to enjoy the rest and the relaxation. And I'll call you back when it's time. Slowly allow your awareness to return to your body. Notice if you would benefit from more moments in your Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here as long as you would like. If you're ready to reawaken, find movements back to the body. Reach the arms long above you. Pull the knees into the chest, roll onto either side. Fetal position. When you're ready, push up to your comfortable seat. Hands at heart, eyes closed, gaze soft. Release all your air. Fill it back up. Sigh it out. Show yourself gratitude for taking time out of your day to show up on your mat, for taking time for your practice, and most importantly, for taking time for you. I'm grateful that you all came to join me, whether it's live or later on Facebook or YouTube. From my heart to each and every one of yours, namaste. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me, and thank you for supporting the studio. If you can, share our posts, our different classes. If you also can support us through donations, you can do so through either Venmo or MindBody. Both those links are on our Facebook or our website. Continue to look out for updates on our weekly Facebook Live classes. And leave comments below for any wishes for future classes or what you thought about this class, anything like that. Once again, I really appreciate you all spending some time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.